do you test someone like Katia Rivas, who claims to hear the voice of God? Michael Willesee discovered that Dr. Ricardo Castañón, a Bolivian psychologist, had managed to document a change in brain activity while alleged visionaries like Katia claimed to be receiving messages. Now, using an EEG, universally regarded as the most sensitive neurological test available, Castañón documented these visionaries experiencing something called the delta state while awake and communicating. Now, that is significant and previously thought impossible. The neurology textbooks will tell you that people reach the delta state only when they are sleeping or in a coma. Significant for you as a journalist because you needed a test. Is that right?
Giselle, we saw this as a very big opportunity in our investigation because we had so many religious claims. Now we had what appeared to be scientific claims supporting them. So we wanted to test for ourselves to see if Katia's EEG would record the very slow delta waves while she was conscious. We decided the only way to know was to take her to a neurologist who had no idea why we wanted the test done. March 10, 1999, and Mexico City has been chosen as the location for our independent tests. The Angeles Hospital is one of Mexico City's eminent medical facilities. Dr. Victor Pella is head of the neurology department and one of Mexico's most respected neurologists. He has never met any of us before and is not aware of our purpose. Doctor, do you know why you were testing this patient? No. It might be the biggest test of her life, but you wouldn't know watching Katia as the electrodes are put in place. She is remarkably calm. Has it occurred to you that if you don't give us the results that we're looking for, you might feel you're letting somebody down?
No. I know the Lord is with me, and He will do whatever is necessary.
So that makes you confident?
Sí. Yes, always.
The EEG will measure and record the electrical impulses generated by the nerve cells in Katia's brain. What we are looking for in today's test are the extremely slow delta brain waves. As Katia says, she is in contact with Jesus. Katia's spiritual director, Father Renzo, and Dr. Castañón will stay with Katia throughout. Isolated in an adjoining room is Dr. Pella. Now, it's important to note that at no time will Katia or Dr. Castañón be aware of the EEG reading, nor will they be able to hear anything Dr. Pella says during the test.
Relax yourself and begin to pray.
After 20 minutes, routine tests have shown Katia's brain is healthy. But as she prays, her brain waves slow significantly on the left-hand side. It's abnormal, and Dr. Pella speculates on the possible cause.
We could think from the neurological point of view that it could be epilepsy, if there is no tumor.
What you are saying, doctor, is abnormal.
This part,
Abnormal.
abnormal. This part.
Father will give you the picture of Jesus so that you can see him and pray.
It is now that a significant turning point occurs. Katia claims her first vision.
Our Lord is present.
How do you see him?
Standing here.
As Katia takes the Holy Communion, the most extraordinary EEG readings begin. Her brain waves slow to the delta state, the unusually slow activity only seen in people in extremely deep sleep or coma.
This is very abnormal.
He's only looking at me.
As Katia describes the vision, the delta waves continue.
More deltas.
Katia has hit the Delta state, and yet she is alert and communicating with Dr. Castagnon. Dr. Pella has never seen this before.
We must trust him.
Now, that is pretty amazing, because now you've got scientific evidence that her brainwaves do change when she says she's receiving messages from God. Astounding for you to be there?
Yeah, it seemed very important. It seemed basic, it seemed factual, and we certainly couldn't understand it. And the point is, neurologists could not explain what happened. They say the Delta state doesn't allow for that. But what happened next surprised us much, much more. Keep this in mind. Katia was in a sealed room. She could not hear what Dr. Pella was saying at any time. It was therefore impossible that they could hold a conversation.
We could think from the neurological point of view that it could be epilepsy.
A few minutes after Dr. Pella has speculated Katia could have epilepsy, Katia says she receives a message from Christ. Now remember, Katia is isolated from the monitoring room and has no possible way of knowing anything Dr. Pella has said.
I have nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
When Dr. Castagnon asks Katia what she means, she pauses and then says,
They know it. They know this.
it then becomes clear she is talking directly to the testing neurologist Dr. Pella, apparently on instructions from Jesus. Incredibly, they begin a conversation.
Do you think I am epileptic?
Dr. Pella answers.
Well, because of that malformation, I would think so.
And Katia responds.
Jesus says I am not epileptic.
Understandably, Dr. Pella is astounded by the sequence of events.
Do you want more proof?
Well, when she answered me, I felt something strange in my body. I think I had an outstanding experience, and I cannot explain it. I feel something in myself.
I don't know.